Let's start this shit show.
You're listening to Vinyl Draught Radio, a Vinyl Draught media property. Get ready to be underwhelmed. This is the Adam Smasher Show, uncensored, with your host, 5-time terminated employee, unemployment line regular, Taco Bell Kima Customer of the Month, June 2012, and the worst show intro writer you've ever heard. You didn't think I wrote this shit, did you? Adam Smasher.
Let's start this thing, shall we? Wow. I don't even know where to begin. Actually, I do, because I have everything written down right here. I prepare for my shows, even though it seems like I'm unprepared. I was running a little late today.
A little?
And I just completely forgot it was Friday. I was like in my groove doing my show prep, and I'm like, oh, I better get going. And I actually let Doug know that I think I'll be there on time, unless I get a ticket, because I think I have a warrant out for my arrest. From an unpaid ticket in Navasota. I'm not kidding with you either. But here's the deal: the cop scheduled the court date, and it fell on Martin Luther King Day, and the courthouse wasn't even open. So I figured, oh well, I don't have to pay it.
Yeah, that's it.
No.
Yeah, that's what they call a firm pass.
You have to pay it. Anyway, my name is Adam Smasher. Thank you guys for checking us out. I don't know if you are maybe on Facebook Live, YouTube, or you're listening on vinyldraughtradio.com. Also on your TuneIn radio app, which is a great app if you don't have that on your phone. I figured like I would we would start out by kind of letting you know like how like I got here, I guess. I mean, if you haven't followed me at all, bear with me. But if you have, like either on the radio or social media or whatever, I have been fired quite a few times from radio. Just experienced my 5th one, right? And radio's really weird and tough, like regular FM radio. And technology is changing, and the whole thing is changing. And for whatever reason, I am just a magnet for these just messed up situations. I came into, I came in and Doug and Bertrand are in here, and I wanted them to come in here for as much of the show as they wanted, but they are, I guess what do we call it, like guys in charge? I don't know.
Sure. I like that.
I mean, a guy in charge would dress up more than what Doug has on today.
You know what? I'm going to admit right now, I'm wearing what I wore yesterday. There was not a lot. I didn't really sleep last night, and I had a lot of stuff to do today. So, and
Bertrand's got a jacket. He's got a jacket on and a freaking
pocket square.
Pocket square.
You should have seen me the last time I was here.
Oh.
Suit, tie, pocket square, the whole thing.
I got a Rad Dad shirt on.
Yeah, right, I noticed that.
With some food on it. I'm like a child. I can't eat without spelling on myself. Anyway, so I came into Doug and Bertrand, and we've been doing some stuff, for a little while now. And then I was like, look, guys, I got fired for the 5th time. And they said, well, maybe it's time that we do something a little different. And I told my wife that after this last situation, I said, you know what? I think the universe is trying to tell me, you maybe need to try something a little different. Because, this last situation, and I was telling people, when I joke about being fired a lot, I always tell people that, it's not ever because I did anything or I said something I shouldn't have. I just went ballistic and started throwing F-bombs everywhere or slept with the general manager's daughter. Nothing like that, okay? It's just always been, it's just not working out. It's like that girl you dated. It's just like, it's just not working out. Which means we found something better. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, this last situation that I was in, it only lasted 3 months. Now, I've never been fired after that. I have a friend who got fired after 4 hours, okay? She sets the record, all right?
Okay, for what?
Because she basically she told the guy that he was full of shit and
Okay.
Yeah basically. I mean, and he was, but anyway, I had this job and it just didn't work out. I got the we didn't, it's not working out. It's just, there's no chemistry there. I was working with a girl, and in my defense, it wasn't from lack of trying. I think it was a lack of trying on her part in that whole situation. Not that I wish her any ill will, but it is what it is. And I've been escorted out of the building before from radio stations, like escorted out. So I didn't steal anything, and I'm like, guys, you're playing Taylor Swift records. You're not housing nukes in here, okay? What am I gonna do? And it's ridiculous. They throw you out like garbage. But this last place, actually, they helped me out with some things on the back end as far as financial commitments I had. So they were, it could have been worse. So they were nice enough to do that. So, what's done is done. And here I am right now wondering, this is the first time I've ever done an all-talk format, which a lot of people always ask when you work at music stations, plays different kinds of music, and most of my career has been in like pop music stations, like 104 KRBE here in Houston, or 106.1 Kiss FM in Dallas, or whatever. And they, do you like the music you play? And I'm like, no, I hate it. Once I reached a certain age, now I'm 41, I have grown. I'm that old guy. It's like, I don't want to hear that crap. That's terrible. It's awful. So, here we are in an all-talk format. This ought to be interesting.
Okay, well, all right, here's an idea.
Yeah.
Go through some of the firing stories.
Well, none of them are very interesting. Like I said, when I was, say I was at 104, I was at KRB here in Houston. And we were owned by this smaller company, and then this bigger company came in. It was like your typical corporate takeover, and they came in, they cleaned house of a lot of people, and I was one of them. And it was what it was. I mean, there's nothing that I did wrong to it. Just like, hey, we're going a different way. I got fired in Dallas, I don't know, a couple weeks after the ratings books came out. I was number one in the afternoon in several different demographics, and they fired me.
Wow.
Yeah, that was special. One of my favorite ones, though, is I was at a radio station in Dallas, and it was called The Edge, and it was basically one of the first alternative stations ever in the country. They've been that music for almost 30 years. And my partner came to me after our show, and I was in an office, and she's like, I just saw someone's exit papers on the printer, and then someone came over and rushed and took them out so I couldn't see them. Something's going on. And I go, well, yeah, they fire people all the time. I go, it's probably somebody in whatever. I go, we're fine. It's not us. 5 minutes later, can I see you in my office? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They flip formats, all right? Now they play like elevator music. And, it's just, it was a very unlucky situation, 30 years, same format. I get there 6 months later. I'm like cursed or something. I'm cursed. I don't know.
Well, you know what? I think you're in a good spot right now. Because, we're going to let you say things that, maybe they didn't let you say.
That's what they all say, Doug, in the beginning. That's what they all say.
But
unless you wear T-shirts with food on them, then we've got to do something different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it seems like this isn't really working out.
Just waiting for it.
Too soon?
Maybe a little too soon.
14 minutes. Beat that.
Oh, wow. 14 minutes.
14 minutes.
That is a record. Hey, coming up next, I thought that, we were talking about how radio personalities are held to a certain standard, and, we have to watch what we say, but the lyrics of some pop songs on the radio, filthy, and your kids are listening to it, okay? So I'm going to read some of the lyrics coming up. You got to hear this. Hold on.
More Adam Smasher Show coming up on Vinyl Draught Radio. For more, check us out at vinyldraftradio.com. Back to the Adam Smasher Show on Vinyl Draught Radio. Take it away, douchebag.
Oh, I'm the douchebag. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Hey, welcome to the Adam Smasher Show on Vinyl Draught Radio. It's DRAUGHT.
You really don't like that, do you?
Yeah.
Well, when I first saw it, a year or so ago, I go, "What does that say? Is that like
Drought?
What is that? Oh, okay, I get it now. I get it.
It's high level thinking.
It is high. And look, I'm all low level. Every bit of me. Anyway, so welcome. This is a new adventure that we're going on, and hopefully it won't suck too bad.
Not too bad.
But we're hoping.
Yeah. And hey, have you shared this with your 37,000, people?
I've been posting on Facebook and the Twitter and all that stuff.
Blooper reels.
Yeah, that was fun.
Which was great, by the way.
Yeah, that was good.
It was really good.
If you guys haven't seen the video, it was really fun to shoot the other day. And in fact, I want to say hi to and thank Dana Burke over at the Chronicle. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the Chronicle featured a full page story on me back in 2003, full page on the front of the entertainment section.
Wow.
Oh yeah. I was a big deal back then. Big deal.
Look that up.
Yeah. What did they say about you?
It's you've seen the awful picture that they still have.
Oh, is that what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
They
I
pulled
have hair, for God's sakes.
That was a good picture, though.
Anyway, so they
It looked like you were actually deep in thought, which was different.
That was back at KRBE here in Houston. That was a good time. Those were good times. But anyway, Dana from the Houston Chronicle, I guess she saw the video on Facebook that we shot here, and then she contacted Doug, and then she talked to me a little bit and wrote a little piece on the new show and stuff. And she said she'll be listening. She asked me what's your target demographic. That's really hard for me to answer because I don't know. I never really thought. I never go in. Maybe that's why I haven't been that successful.
There you go.
I never go in with that target person in mind. I like to be myself, and I know there are people who will identify and relate and like it. So I don't know. I just never really thought about that. But I guess now that I'm 41, I would definitely say if I had to put a label on it, I would say adults over 25 to 49, maybe that range, anywhere, and either married or been divorced, or I'm looking at Doug, been divorced, or
too mean,
or have kids, because I talk about my adventure. I have the Rad Dad shirt on today.
That's right.
I talk about my kids and stuff, and but I do it in a little bit of a different way because I think people are they brag on their kids too much. Now, when my kid does something good, I'm very proud of him, and I let him know. But those parents that go, especially online, and they're like, oh, my perfect little angel.
Right.
No, your kid's a jerk, just like mine. Don't act like, one of my former program directors, he brought me in after the show one day, and he said, dude, I literally laughed out loud when you just went on the air and you were talking about your kid. And I'm like, oh, that's a sweet segment. And then you just said, my kid's a dick. And he was at the time, at the story I was, he was. And, so I talk about that. And, kids, let's face it, they're the reason. You drink when you're young to go out and have fun and party. You drink when you're older to numb the pain of your children. At least I do.
Yeah, maybe it's just you.
I should probably take a parenting class or something.
Yeah.
The last girl that I worked with that I mentioned for a few months, I think the best moment we had on the air was when I was talking about something like that with my kids, and she looked at me, she goes, it really concerns me that you have kids. And she was being completely honest, too.
Really? This was his last show?
Yeah. I'm like, well, you should be. You should be concerned that I reproduce.
It concerns everybody.
It should. But, I talk about that a lot. So, and like I said, I don't know. It's just, I just try to be myself and hope for the best. I mean, I do, there's more to it than that, than to have a radio show. But I will tell you that I think if someone asked me, what do you think has been the worst part of the past few years? Why do you keep, getting fired or finding yourself? I would say it's because no one has any patience anymore. When like you launch a new show, I'm letting you guys know right now, and and we're not on FM radio, but it takes a while for momentum to pick up, we had a consultant that we worked with at a radio station. He said, look, any radio station, you bring a new show into the market, it's going to take a few years to really achieve that success. Like if you look at any radio show here in Houston that are having success, it took them a few years to get, build up. But no one has any patience anymore.
Right.
They want results right away. 3 months. What the hell do you expect me to do in 3 months? I still wasn't unpacked, for God's sakes. But it's just like TV, and TV is worse. How many times? I don't even watch network TV anymore. You know why? Because I hate to get into a show and then have them cancel it after half a season because they have no patience. Seinfeld was crap in the ratings the first year it was on, and they were thinking about canceling it. Look at it. It's
amazing.
And my show is like the Seinfeld of radio. No. Not even close.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
Not even close. But there are certain restrictions in radio, and I guess the world is... Would you guys agree or disagree? By the way, I want to introduce, because I'm going to keep doing this in case you're just tuning in, Doug and Bertrand are in here, and they are the founders and the guys in charge of Vinyl Draught Radio. And would you guys agree that the world we live in today is way oversensitive on everything?
I would 100% agree with that.
I mean, it's like you're walking on eggshells with with everybody and everything. I'm going to offend someone. You're going to offend.
Yeah.
It's like, really? When did we become such babies?
Yeah, but the other side to that coin is you have those people out there that clearly make a point of not caring about that, and they like intentionally put stuff out there just for the purpose of getting somebody's goat.
Right, but I think we're talking about two totally different things. You're talking about, on the one hand, that the model of radio has changed.
Yeah.
And then in some instances, people are getting too offended. But with the model, I know that some large corporations have come in and said, we're going to decentralize, we're going to go to regional personalities and fire everyone else because it's cheaper for us. And now we got stockholders, we got shareholders, and there's a lot of big money involved.
Oh, yeah.
And so they got to turn a profit pretty quick.
That is, you do have a point there. But we were always, I used to get, it used to be so great because I would get in trouble, but it would be like a slap on the wrist. One of my program directors here at KRBE, we had this show is turned into just old radio stories, but this one's good. He brought me in his office because they had a Girl Scout troop touring the radio station, and for whatever reason they passed up and the door, and I saw them, and I talked about how I thought, I wonder if the Girl Scout camp, that's just like a lesbian recruiting camp. Well, you can tell that didn't go over well with some people. So my program director, but this is back in, like I said, early 2000s, so it wasn't a big deal. If I said that today on the radio, oh God.
But you did just say it on the radio.
Well, I'm just telling a story. I wouldn't say that today.
It's like a parable now.
Yes. But my program director, he brought me in his office, and he said, Adam, shut the door. And John, he's one of my favorite, one of my mentors in radio, and I love him. He was the best, great with people. He says, did you disgrace the Girl Scouts of America? And I said, maybe. He goes, don't do it again. You can leave now. So I just left. It was all good. Now, oh God, and be burned at the stake. And I don't think that there's a possibility, but I don't think that. Anyway,
but it's there.
It is there. But I think parents, if you knew some of the filthy lyrics that were on these pop songs, you wouldn't even pay attention to the DJs, the radio personalities, because people are honing in on them and watch what you say. But these songs, and I've caught my sons singing a couple songs, and I'm like, well, okay, you don't need to be listening to that. This one, do you guys know the song Boudic Yellow by Cardi B?
It's probably going to be a no for me across the board on all of them.
Leon says yes.
She's the best because on the Grammys, Juliana Rancic interviewed her because she was at the Grammys, and she goes, how are you feeling? And Cardi B looks at her and she goes, I'm really nervous. I have butterflies all the way from my stomach to my vagina. And the look on Juliana Rancic's face It was great, but she was being sincere and honest, and there you go. That's a scientific term.
It is.
Okay.
It's medical.
It's medical. It's for medical reasons.
It's medical. Yeah.
Let's see. Here's a couple lyrics. Now, can I read the lyrics, or do I censor myself?
We don't know till we get
how bad
there.
are we going to get?
I make money move. If I see you and I don't speak, that means I don't F with you. I'm a boss. You a worker. Bitch, I make bloody moves. Now, you can see where a 7-year-old singing that might raise some eyebrows.
Yeah.
And for sometimes on the radio, they'll obviously like kind of cut out part of the word, but you can still understand what it is. Yeah. It's not like they bleep it or anything. But even somebody like I was listening to Bruno Mars the other day, and my kids love Bruno Mars songs, and Bruno Mars makes me feel his songs are amazing. But my 7-year-old singing, no, you won't need it no more. Let's just kiss till we're naked, baby. Versace on the floor, and stuff like that. I'm just like, that's not like a bad word, but, parents are oblivious to song lyrics.
Sure.
I think they're oblivious.
Yeah.
Do you guys want me to recite some NWA lyrics? No? Okay, I won't.
Do it after the break.
Okay, after the break, we're all NWA. Hang on. It's going to be good.
More Adam Smasher Show coming up on Vinyl Draught Radio. For more, check us out at vinyldraftradio.com. Now, back to What's His Name with whatever the name of this god-awful show is on Vinyl Draught Radio.
I'm going to have my friend JP come in here as a guest one time. He's the voice you heard, and he for years he voiced the Rockets in the arena.
Mm-hmm. And is that Gene?
His name is
Gene Peterson.
No.
Okay.
His name is JP Stevenson,
okay.
And then he went to Memphis for a while, and now he's back in Houston. But his voice is just awesome, and I sent him some things and he emailed me today back. He goes, "Here's what I was thinking it would sound like," and I'm like, "Dude, you nailed it. You totally nailed it." Anyway, so there you go. I wanted to, again, welcome you guys to the Adam Smasher Show, Vinyl Draught Radio. This is great. What was if you're on Facebook Live, thank you, Wendy, what was the lyric she brought up with Bruno Mars? This is great.
All these pretty girls around me waking up the rocket.
Yeah, he's talking about his penis. That's what he's talking about.
Also a medical term.
Yeah, exactly.
Also a medical term.
Yeah.
Guys, do you know that, and people always, and this is, again, I keep bringing her up, but the girl I was working with, okay, mm-hmm. She's like, it's not working out, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, and she kept mentioning, that maybe I am too. She's like, I just kept thinking about the moms and the kids in the car. First of all, there was nothing that I've toned down a lot in the past 15 years, like when I started doing morning radio, because you have to adapt. So there was nothing but anyway, I started thinking, it's just so odd for me because I don't like shelter my kids with, you don't earmuffs and all that. Mm-hmm. No, my kid, 5 years old, okay? 5 years old, he's in the shower and he pokes his head out and he says, "Dad, how do we get out of mommy's tummy?" So he knows that that's where the baby grows. So I'm like, all right, I can go one of two ways here. I can lie to him, which I don't like to do, or I can just tell him the truth. He goes, "Do we get cut out?" And I said, sometimes, yes, son, they have to cut the baby out if there's something going wrong. But with your mom and with a lot of women, you come naturally and you come out of their vagina. And he looked at me, 5 years old, and he just went, "Ew, gross." And he stopped, and he never talked about it ever again. Kids are able to handle things if you present it to them in the right way. They're more resilient than you think, and they're not stupid. And he never talked about it ever again. So
just matter of fact.
Now
your work is done, Dad.
And you use medical terms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My 7-year-old, he would be a nightmare in this Me Too movement because I'm telling you right now, he got banned from one of the neighbors' house because he yanked his pants down and was showing his thing to, so.
Yeah.
That's Cooper. Everybody has one kid that they save bail money for. That's Cooper for us.
That's Cooper.
Cooper lives his life. Cooper don't give up.
That should be a segment on your show. That's Cooper.
I have something from Cooper that I can play for you guys today. Of course, we got how much time we got? We're doing great.
We're good, yeah.
We're doing great. But I wanted to bring up the sexual harassment thing in Hollywood, which is, man, it's getting out of control. Did you guys see this week? Here are the latest people to be accused. Scott Baio. I can't stand Scott Baio. He's so like preachy now, and he's like, he's a man of God. No, he's not. But Nicole Eggert came out and accused him of which is no joking matter, molesting him on the set of Charles in Charge when they were doing Charles in Charge. And then, of course, Scott Baio came out and he said, no, that's absolutely not true. Did you guys see we were talking about this about a week or so ago, the Aziz Ansari thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which sounded to me like it was more like just a really horrible date. It wasn't, I don't know. It's very touchy, but from her story, I was, I'm not saying there's no way he could have done that, but I don't know.
That one seemed a little strange to me.
It was a little fishy.
That one seemed a little strange. What didn't seem strange, but surprised me were Charlie Rose and Garrison Keillor.
Yes.
Those shocked me.
I don't know, man. Dirty old men. I guess that really doesn't shock me at all.
Well, it shocked me with Charlie Rose because for years I thought, here's this guy who's become an expert at creating a really awesome, safe space for people to share. How can you be those two people?
Man, you would be shocked. Yeah. Do you guys remember when we found out that Marv Albert liked to wear diapers and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the skeletons in people's closet.
That's true.
And, I pride myself.
But is that wrong?
No, it's not wrong at all. Okay. I mean, it's fine. If you're two consenting adults, why not?
Don't look at me. What are you
looking at? I'm looking at Leon.
Okay. Good Lord. That's on you, Leon.
Here's a little bit of Nicole Eggert.
Well, we started filming the show in September of '86 when I was 14, and he immediately took to me and befriended me and earned my trust. And then he started expressing his love for me, and sorry, it's emotional, and talking about marriage in the future. And then I was still 14 before my 15th birthday. We were at his house, in his car, in his garage, and he reached over and he penetrated me with his finger. And that is when the sexual touching and abuse started after that. I was very young and I was taken, it was shocking a little. I had never experienced anything like that before either. So he was playing on not only my emotions, but my hormones and all of those things.
Now, I don't know, does she sound sincere to you guys? That would be pretty hard to make up.
I mean, to me, she reads sincere in that exchange.
She sounds sincere, but she's also an actress. Yeah, she gets paid to sound
but not a very good one. Come on.
Probably no.
And then I'm looking for the Scott Baio. He responded on Facebook.
In 2007, Nicole Eggert did 2 episodes of my reality show called Scott Baio Was 45 and Single. She's been in our home. She was my wife's friend. Then in November of 2017, a couple of months ago, Nicole Eggert and Alexander Polinsky decided to team up on Twitter and come after me. So my legal team wrote both of them formal letters telling them both and their representatives, if you have a claim, go to the police. Here is the letter to Alexander. Here is the letter to Nicole Eggert. We told them to go to the police. They chose not to. They chose to go to social media with these claims. If you have a real claim, you go to the real people, not social media, where people like me get beat up.
Who knows? He kind of sounds like he would be a creep to me. Jeremy Piven, and just read. Oh yeah, I could totally see him.
That. I could see that.
Totally see Jeremy Piven.
Absolutely.
They have who else? Oh, you know what surprised me? Did you guys see the Fred Savage?
Oh, no way.
On the Wonder Years.
No.
The woman who played the mom on the Wonder Years recently came out and said the reason that show ended is because of a lawsuit, and it was against. Now, I always thought if it was going to be trouble, Wayne was going to be there. Now, it was both. It came out. It was both Fred and the guy who played Wayne, and this production assistant, whoever, they would harass and do this. And there was a lawsuit. And she says, the mom, I forget her name, she says that it was ridiculous. Fred is the nicest person ever. That didn't happen. But because they didn't want scandal, they discontinued the show or whatever. But I can't see Fred. Nothing would surprise me. But
Wow.
Fred Savage.
That's an odd one.
It is an odd one.
Well, Garrison Keillor's odd.
I don't know.
Really? No,
Yeah.
that one took me by surprise.
Now here's
It
one.
didn't me.
Here's another one. It's
How come Larry King hasn't been accused yet?
he's done some things.
Didn't he just wind up marrying them all?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the payoff.
This one made me laugh out loud because Ron Jeremy says, he quote, "I'm a groper." That's what he said. And guys, this is in the adult film business, all right? So because of that, they wouldn't even let him in the AVN Awards or whatever. That's how sensitive the world is. A porn actor, I'm a groper, which we're like, yeah, okay, duh, we know that. And he's just gross. Really. How that's a mystery to me. That's a mystery to me. But they wouldn't let him into the awards because of that. They're like, oh well. I'm like, guys,
What award show is this?
I don't know, AVN or one of the porn awards. I don't know, whatever they.
Oh, it's a porn award.
Yeah, it's like the porn Grammys or whatever. That's what I.
Okay.
And they didn't let him in.
Yeah,
Man.
they wouldn't let him go because of that. That's
How
the,
twisted do you have to be to not be allowed to go to the porn awards?
that's what I'm saying. It's like, really?
Wow.
I mean, come
Okay.
on. I don't think any like right wing like Christian group is like trolling the porn awards and
Yeah.
more like, oh, you let him in. They pretty much think you're all disgusting. Okay. Yeah. David Copperfield was sexually harassed someone, or did he? That's a magic joke.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
magic joke.
Thank you.
You never saw it.
He looks a little creepy. David Copperfield creeps me out.
Was he really accused?
Yeah, he was. He
Wow.
was accused. Oh, we got to talk about Super Bowl. Oh, can I say that?
Oh, yeah.
The big game. Sorry.
Yeah.
Big game.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
It's ridiculous is what it is.
Yeah, but there's certain ways you can, if you're talking about like maybe the commercials or, it's weird.
It's so stupid. And there's a Tom Brady story if you guys didn't hear. It's great. Hold on. We'll be back.
More Adam Smasher Show coming up with your host, Taco Bell Kima Customer of the Month, June 2012, Adam Smasher. Watch us on Facebook Live at Vinyl Draught Radio or stream us on YouTube. Go to vinyldraftradio.com. Either they're hard up or he's got blackmail material. Back to the Adam Smasher Show on Vinyl Draught Radio.
Oh, almost spilt that. Oh, no.
We hadn't done that before.
Okay, here's another great radio story, and every person has experienced this behind like a console, and this is a little different because literally here I don't have any really controls. It's just a table with microphones, and this is how talk radio. If you're on YouTube or Facebook Live, this is how talk radio stations are normally set up. You have Leon, who is our handling all the technical stuff, and the crew in there, and they have the controls, and all you do is just sit here and talk, and it's pretty great.
Yeah.
But in normal radio with music stations or whatever, you're in control, and I can't tell you how many times I've spilled a drink and it like gets in the circuits and stuff, and I'm like, and I'm just wiping it up, praying nothing shorts out, and normally it doesn't. You'd be surprised. Yeah. All right, so Facebook is, I told you guys Facebook is the devil. Mm-hmm. No one wants to listen to me.
You did say that.
Facebook Live is doing something weird. I love, you know what I love? I love because you guys, if you guys don't know, let me give a plug for Doug and Bertrand and Vinyl Draught Radio. If you don't know, they have a variety of shows, an eclectic mix of music that you're going to hear throughout the day. But I guess the morning block is a bunch of different shows.
Yeah.
If you have not checked out the Lieber Lounge with Keisha, holy crap, it's so good. And Barbershop Talk with Lou and Gore is another one that I really like, as well as sports and stuff with Steph, who's Miss Kima, and God, she is good looking. Like, holy crap! I found myself the other day when I was doing some stuff for you guys online, and I found I was looking at her picture, and I found myself oddly after a while, I'm like, oh my God, how long have I been staring at her picture? This is good. I was creeping myself out.
Yeah,
that's how good looking she is.
I was sitting here thinking, okay, this is gonna get weird.
It is gonna get weird.
This is not working out.
But a lot of great shows, and you can go and check them out at vinyldraughtradio.com. I built the website. Thank you very much.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
But you guys really went out and recruited a whole bunch. And I think it's so great because these aren't really what we would call seasoned broadcasters. They're experts in their field, and Lou and Gore, their expertise is talking shit. I mean, that's what they do, right?
Yeah.
We have on, different people in different areas of their expertise, and they do a show about it, and it's really cool. It's got that local feel, which is cool. And you guys, again, check it out, vinyldraughtradio.com.
You got to give a mention though to Thrive Life Radio.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Amy.
Yeah,
that's a really cool one.
It's like alternative medicine kind of.
She's a functional nutritionist, and she really knows her stuff.
Guys, 90% of our health problems, are food related because we eat crap, and I totally believe that. So I'm interested to. I really want to meet her.
And then we've got Kelly Williams, who's one of our longest shows, and John Wilkinson, bringing it home with John Wilkinson, are two of our longest shows.
So anyway, they have those, but. What I laugh at is that you guys do Facebook Live every time you do a show. It goes up not only just as a podcast, and it's live, it's recorded to listen later, and it's on Facebook Live. I've never seen you guys have a Facebook Live problem until I walked in the building.
Appreciate you.
What's up with that? What's going on with that?
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to say hi to Carol. Carol just sent me a nice message and says, for what it's worth, I really enjoyed listening to you on the morning show when you're with KNDE. That's the station, College Station, that I just left. I was shown the door. I am a Bryan native who left as soon as I graduated, but got sucked back in when I got married. I was a fan of local radio, mainly because the same 5 songs are in heavy rotation, and the morning DJs were annoying. Anyway, now I guess back to Sirius, or you don't have to go to satellite radio. You can listen to the show here, which I want to get out there, and you can not only listen on vinyldraughtradio.com, it streams, but you can also listen on the TuneIn Radio app. Which is a great app. If you don't have it on your smartphone, it's awesome. You can listen to any radio anywhere in the country. But anyway, so here we are at Vinyl Draught Radio, and I'm excited. Thank you guys, seriously. I joke around a lot, but I'm excited about this. And just so you guys know, I meant to tell you this, but everything's on the air with me. I don't care. I meant to tell you this before we went on the air. But as long as you guys you keep it honest and communicate with me, then we're golden.
Right.
You might hear something. Doug might bring me in after the show, and you can totally bring me in and go, hey, remember when you said this? And that's totally fine. You are not going to offend me at all. I want this to work, okay? And I like working with you guys.
We've had 1 or 2 conversations like that already.
And, here's the weird thing. According to Keisha, it's worse coming from me than it is coming from him.
Oh, I bet you guys have had talks with her, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
More than
I
one.
made sense. She goes, Bertrand kind of told me the same thing, but God, it's so much worse hearing it from you. I thought, I don't understand that.
Why do you think Grumpy Old Man identifies with you?
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
the Grumpy Old Man.
Yeah, that's all right. The old curmudgeon.
Well, I tell you, let me just say also, we are super excited to have you here.
Well, thank you.
Super excited to have you here.
Bertrand left me a message the other day. I listened to it and I go, I felt weird after it because I was like, oh, that's so cute. And I realized I was talking about like a grown man.
Yeah.
But he was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that we're excited to have you. You know, we're going to have some fun. And, you know, it was just a short, nice message just because. And I thought, that's cool. I like that. Thank you.
But cute?
Thank you. All right. Well, no, maybe not cute.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. It's time for our Dick of the Week. Oh.
It's time for Dick Move of the Week. Back to you, assholes.
Oh, come on. I didn't say it. This week's is going to a group of people, and it's those people who, for whatever reason, have to post math problems on Facebook. I hate you. I can't. It's enough is enough, okay? Stop posting math problems on Facebook or on social media in general. Have you ever seen those? Oh, I bet you can. What's the answer to this?
Oh, yeah.
It's just people who want you to comment on their page. You know, it's ridiculous.
Okay, so I have not seen this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Oh,
You don't know
So
what
they'll
we're
just
talking
put
about?
a math problem.
Well,
up.
it'll be a graphic math problem that's been making the rounds, and share if you've got it. type
Oh,
of thing.
it's such propaganda to get likes and comments, and it's like, why? Like, math is like almost everyone's least favorite thing. Like, math is just, my wife's a math teacher, okay, and I saw this, I saw this one, and here is a problem that made the round, and the internet cannot figure it out. Okay, it's a problem that went around. It's a Chinese like 5th grade class word problem, and someone posted it online, and no one can figure it out. And it is. Oh, now I got to find it. Oh, I thought I had it written down. Hold on, I got to find it. Anyway, leave your math somewhere else. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't care about it. It annoys me.
I'm an unfollowing machine on Facebook. I mean, I'm quick with the unfollow.
You know what?
I am quick with the unfollow.
I am.
You know what I do?
I see a political post. Bye. Boom.
So
It's like it's a sword. I am quick with the unfollow.
If you share anything from a page called Relationship Rules,
Right.
you are instantly unfollowed.
okay, I found it, but
Good to know.
What I do is, and when they say, "Hey, post your answer in the comments," I never post an answer in the comments. I just write, "You're an asshole." Like, every time, no matter what it is, that's what I write. Okay,
awesome.
so get this: if a ship has, this is from a Chinese 5th grade class in China. If a ship has 26 sheep and 10 goats on board, how old is the captain? That is the problem. How stupid do you feel like? And kids in China, you know how smart you have to be a 5th grader in China? Like, what the hell is that? 10 to 11 years old. Okay, so
Repeat it.
Yeah.
if a ship has, like, you're gonna get it. If a ship has 26 sheep and 10 goats on board, how old is the captain?
111.
Okay, so
Man.
some of the answers.
Oh, that was Bertrand that said that.
Some of the answers. Someone actually they think that
Man.
maybe have gotten the answer. Someone argued that the captain is 36 years old. He is quite narcissistic, so the number of animals corresponds to his age. Okay. There was also one where, like, someone said that, oh, well, to get your if it was a large boat, to get your license in China, you have to be at least this age and whatever. And I'm like, what 5th grader fucking knows that? Are you kidding me? Like, what is the deal? And that's been going around, and I'm just like, comment, you're an asshole. Sorry.
So that's a dickhead of the week.
Yeah, that's a dick move of the week.
Okay.
So just anyone that does that.
Posting, yeah. Sometimes
Okay.
it's a specific person.
Okay.
Like, some weeks it might be you.
Yeah, that's not going to be me.
But it could be a group of people. So, yeah, math problems on Facebook. All right? No one wants to do math on Facebook. There you go. I mentioned my wife was a 5th grade teacher, and when I was up in Dallas, I was at the alternative rock station. And if you guys don't know, you can get away with a lot more on an alternative rock station than a pop station because the audience is a little different.
Yeah.
Alternative rock, we're kind of known as dirt balls, I guess. I don't know. But my wife called me one day. Let me see if I have it here. She called me one day and she said, hey, how was your day? Well, first I asked her how her day was. And she said, oh, it was good. We blah, blah, blah. What did you do? And I said, I made a jingle about a boner. True story. True story. We were doing something, and my co-host, who her name is Shonda, and she's in Boise now, but she, for whatever reason, she got on boner talk. So I decided, all right, now it's going to be a bit. How many days, can we work the word boner into the show every day? And by God, I tried. And I made a little something. We gotta go to break, but I'm gonna play it for you next. It's real short and sweet, and don't worry, it's not. I've already said boner like 5 times.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm sure it's real sweet. Yeah.
You're listening to the Adam Smasher Show, Vinyl Draught Radio.
More Adam Smasher Show coming up with your host, Taco Bell Kima Customer of the Month, June 2012, Adam Smasher. Watch us on Facebook Live at Vinyl Draught Radio or stream us on YouTube. Go to vinyldraughtradio.com. Either they're hard up or he's got blackmail material. Back to the Adam Smasher Show on Vinyl Draught Radio.
I already know girls have vaginas and boys have peanuts.
There you go. There's my 7-year-old Cooper.
Peanuts?
Peanuts. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Peanuts. That's what.
That was your kid?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I already know.
Kids, I'm telling you, it is like endless show prep material. I mean, they are just the things that they come up with. I'm like, wow. I can't even believe it. So I was telling you that when I was on the alternative station, that I was in heaven because, and I think this would probably even be better because, it's not regulated on FM radio at all. But when I was at the alternative station, and you get away with a lot more. And my co-host, I forgot what we were talking about, but dude, she made a whole, she researched and she printed out pages and did a whole presentation on the boner. I mean, it was the most, that's why we got along so well, because she's just as odd as I am. And so I was like, oh man, wow, I gotta figure out a way to say, boner every day. And my wife, talked to my wife later that day, and she's like, hey, what'd you do at work today? I'm like, I just made a jingle about boner. I am so immature, but I laugh every time I hear that. Sorry.
You're entirely too entertained by that.
Way too entertained.
Watch this, boner.
I like how you said you were doing a jingle on the boner, it's just the one.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. In fact, my 7-year-old doesn't know that yet. My 10-year-old knows what it is, but
right.
We were in the movie theater and we were watching Jumanji. And basically the whole movie is like a penis joke because Jack Black a girl gets put into Jack Black's body. So she's like, oh my God, I'm a man for the first time. And they're constantly referencing his junk or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they made a reference to it was an innuendo. I forgot exactly what it was, but referring to a boner. And we all started laughing. And then my 7-year-old looks at me and goes, what is that? I don't know. What are you talking about? I'm like, we'll talk about it later. All right. That's the last thing I need you. I walked in in the bathroom. He was in the bathroom one time. He was sitting on the toilet, probably about 5 years old, and he was laying back like this. And he had his thing up, and he had his fingers, and he was just plucking it. God. And I'm like, that can't feel good, but whatever. I just looked, and I don't want to. I closed the door.
Like a harp?
Yeah, exactly. Like a harp. Exactly.
Because I've done that.
Yeah, that doesn't show me. Doesn't show me at all.
Oh my God. Yeah, so what were we talking about? We've kind of covered a lot of stuff here. Wow.
Leon may have done that. I don't know.
Wow.
It's long enough.
I have to. They can't hear that, can they? Can they hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. All right.
Point, Leon.
I like that. Like that.
Yeah.
I wrote down, I'm the kind of person, and I get pegged for this a lot, where a lot of things annoy me, and like the older I get, the more things annoy me, and it's almost like I'm turning into a grumpy old man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And, one of my interns one time, she told me she was talking to us off the air about a new guy she was dating. And she said, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. She's, describing him. And she looks at me and she goes, yeah, you would like him because he's a lot like you. He hates everything. And I go, whoa, I don't hate everything. So what I did the other day, I started, let me bring out my little, I have notebooks full of stuff. I started writing, I'm like, I wonder how many things I hate.
Oh, God. It's only a 2-hour show.
Guys, I stopped at, if this is over the period of like a day and a half, 2 days, the last one I wrote down was number 155. 155.
You have a real list?
Yes.
How long have you been keeping this list?
Well, I just started this list like 2 days ago.
Good Lord.
Starting at 155.
Yeah.
Is Leon on there?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Not at all.
I'm just saying.
Things I hate with Adam Smasher, and a lot of times they're just like little things, like guys who wear multiple rings. Have like rings all over their fingers.
Yeah, right.
Come on, really. CrossFit, I think it's a cult. It is a cult. Did you see what's the workout of the day? The WOD.
WOD.
Yeah, I see that on Facebook all the time. I'm like, oh.
Remember that tweet that you saw that you read to me that one time where the guy said I just tried to kill a roach crawling across my carpet with Axe body spray, and now it calls itself Brett and won't shut up about CrossFit.
Oh man. I did. I had posting math problems on Facebook. We addressed that. Let's see. Posting pictures of every single one of your meals. We get it. Okay.
Oh.
You like it. You like food. So do we.
You may have hit a sore spot here with that one. We will not discuss this.
Over competitive Monopoly players. It's a damn board game. All right. You ever play with that person? And they're like serious about it.
But have you ever been stuck in jail for that long? Really?
Come on, man. It's a game.
That's ridiculous.
It's a game. The sound my dog makes in the middle of the night when she's licking herself, like that. Oh, it's the worst.
It is the worst. I have to agree with you on that. Licking the foot or the carpet. It's horrible. Horrible. Or chewing something for hours.
The fact that things I hate with Adam Smasher, the fact that there are so many fonts to choose from. Do you guys ever look at that and like choose a font? Like, why do we need 200 different kinds of fonts? Seriously.
I leave mine on New Times Roman all the time.
Whatever it defaults to is mine. I don't even know what it is.
It's
like
New Times Roman
or something like that.
No, it's New Times Roman.
Your face is New Times Roman.
Because women exist.
Your mom is New Times Roman.
Too many cereal choices. Do you guys ever walk down the cereal aisle? Like, do we need 500 different cereals?
Yes. Yes.
We just need Raisin Bran and Cheerios. That's it.
There's those seasonal ones that are only available certain times a year.
That's wine.
That's cereal as well.
At the top of my list was the fact that we have to tell people not to eat Tide Pods. That's ridiculous. And
it is.
Now, some a-hole is vaping. He vaped a Tide Pod.
Yeah.
Vaping is bad enough. You're a douche if you vape. Okay?
You are a douche if you vape because they taste horrible anyway.
I'm sure they taste bad, but I'm going to be honest. I bet you they look good. Somebody is going to make a mint if they come up with a candy that looks like a Tide Pod.
Somebody's already done like a donut,
a gummy bear.
Because they look good.
People who brag about drinking LaCroix. I know it's LaCroix, but I call it LaCroix.
Oh, that water. Yeah.
It tastes like when you go to the fast food restaurant and it's out of flavoring and it just tastes like carbonated water. LaCroix. People who take their shoes off at work. Heathens. Always playing by the rules. Rules are made to be broken. I suggest run with scissors sometimes. It feels good.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Things I hate. Let's see, what else do I have here? Inspirational quotes on Facebook.
Oh.
You're inspired, we get it!
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
And here's a picture of a tree.
Oh, shut up. People who overuse the word literally and can't even. I can't even. Please.
I'm done with you, though.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, thanks.
People who talk loudly on the phone in elevators, or people who talk loudly on the phone anywhere. I'm at the DPS about 3 weeks ago, and I have to get my driver's license because I let my old one expire. It's like Indiana license.
And
from like
you have
5
a
years.
warrant.
Yeah, I have a warrant out for my arrest now. But I was I was waiting for them to call me, and this woman behind me, and it's a big room. Everyone's sitting down. Everyone's quiet. TVs are on. People are just playing on their phones, whatever. Right. And this woman's behind me going, "Oh," and I'm quoting her, by the way. I know. It's the government. What do you expect? I mean, they ought to put Stephen Hawking in charge. Yeah, and he's like smart. I know. I'm gonna put my money into CDs. That's my plan. And I'm like, I want to turn around and just punch this woman right in her throat, so she can't speak anymore. Why do people need to? What do you normally do if you're with a group of people? If we were like talking and you got a phone call, what would you do?
I'd either excuse myself or not take the call.
Right. Okay. Me too, because my mom raised me with manners.
Yeah.
You know, excuse me, not, I know, right? Shut up.
Or the people that walk around the store like this, talking like this into it. You ever see that where they just hold it up to their mouth and they're talking, looking around?
I can't even.
Yeah, I can't.
He can't even.
Can't even. Robots.
Literally.
Keep it up. Robots are going to kill us one day. People keep with the robots.
You think so?
That's how the uprising will start.
You mean the androids?
That's how it's going to start. Robots are creepy.
Have you remember that post I showed you on Facebook of the guy who's making women robots that looked real?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. At that point, when you're that, come on, just go out and pay for it like a real human. Don't do it with a robot.
Yeah.
All right? We all have that one friend who we know, like, if he ever did hook up with a woman, he would have had to pay for it.
Yeah.
All right?
Well, I'm sorry, but my deposit was non-refundable. So
I was going to say, it's okay, Doug.
It's okay, Doug.
Yeah.
We split the fee.
Yeah.
There you go. That'll be a segment on the show. Things I hate.
Now, are you done, or are you going to be able to,
I told you I had 150, and I keep writing every day.
How many did we go? How many did we get through?
I don't know. 10 maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I hate a lot of stuff. I do. I hate a lot of stuff.
I hate people who tell me what the time it is all the time. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's all you got is 30 seconds.
For whatever reason.
I can't even literally think of a comeback.
Oh my God. For whatever reason,
I'm done with you.
I'm thinking about strippers now, and I had the funniest story that I saw. I love these dumb people who get arrested. Like, I've always had that feature on my show because it's hilarious. A guy told a stripper she was a bad mom. What happened next is pretty funny. Hold on. Coming up.
More Adam Smasher Show coming up on Vinyl Draught Radio. Watch us on Facebook Live at Vinyl Draught Radio or stream us on YouTube. Go to vinyldraughtradio.com. Back to the Adam Smasher Show on Vinyl Draught Radio. Take it away, douchebag.
I totally forgot that I wanted to start off the show with a little prayer, and if we all could please just bow our heads, as we can still do that now. Dear sweet baby Jesus, please allow us to have a bountiful, plentiful show, plentiful of laughs and good times, maybe even bursting into song just a few times, in your name, of course. And please, just personally for me, sweet baby Jesus, please let this lead to something good and not me being fired for the 6th time because, as you know, sweet baby Jesus, you know my wife, and she has my balls in a vice, which, is not comfortable. And if I don't bring home a paycheck soon, I'm going to be talking in a much higher voice, like this, sweet baby Jesus. Just in case you wanted to know what that sounded like. This prayer is already getting too long, so thank you for your guidance as always. And please, one last thing, if you could just remind Bertrand to get that food out of his gross Moses-like beard. Amen.
So shall we tell the corn?
Oh, yeah, tell the corn story.
Oh.
I can't imagine the things that, if you guys don't know, okay, Bertrand has one of those big, long, epic beards, and it is just, I can't imagine the things that get caught in that.
Among other things, but so we went to this was last year, I think it was it 2015?
Yeah,
maybe it's
probably,
2015.
yeah, probably
Before we started the radio station, we went to a crawfish boil, and I said, I'm not eating crawfish. It's too much for my beard. I can't do it. But I will eat some vegetables, a potato, and a corn on the cob.
If you have to base your food choices on how it's going to affect your beard, okay, go ahead.
Well, we were just around other people, so you can take over from there because you're the one that noticed it.
Okay, so at one point he's across from me, and I look up, and it's a pretty reddish, woodsy looking beard that he has there.
Very woodsy.
And all of a sudden I see this single kernel of corn sitting, about 4 or 5 inches down, and I'm like, oh, hey, you got a little kernel of corn there stuck in your beard. And so he reaches in to grab it, and his thumb hits it just right. And really, all he does is just really cement that thing in there. I mean, he really...
Oh, God.
Push it in.
Yeah, so gross.
And so I'm like, yeah, no, that's not it. That's not it. So he reaches in and he grabs again to get it. And when he comes out, now he has 2 kernels of corn. Apparently, he had a kernel of corn stuck in his finger when he went to grab it. And I'm just like, oh, no, you're going the other way with it.
Oh, my God.
They multiplied, Leon. They multiplied. You know what I'm saying?
Lord have mercy.
You know what I'm saying?
That is a big old beard.
I'm trying.
Man.
He had a perfectly shaped miniature Dorito.
Oh,
in at one time. He was eating Doritos, and just one little corner of it had just set right in there. Yeah. It was a perfect
And I
mini
came
Dorito.
in the office, he goes, stop right there. I got to get my camera. And he took a picture, and he goes, you will now be known forever as Dorito Man.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right, I got to stop
It was
talking
a triangle,
about this.
right?
Yeah, it was perfect.
Not much grosses me out, but food and facial hair totally grosses me out.
But my beard is clean.
Oh, yeah.
It's very clean.
Well, it's clean, yet has that dirty look, which is hard to pull off, but you do it well.
I ate the Dorito out of it.
Oh,
Clean
come
most of the
on.
time. Some things I keep in it.
Now, see, you, sir, have taken it over the line.
Yeah,
Apologize.
All right, so quickly, because I know the show's coming to an end, I told you about this. People are so stupid. It's a guy. This is in New York City. He goes to a strip club with some of his friends, and he was talking with a stripper. First of all, I didn't know that happened. Never. All right? Have you ever had a conversation with a stripper? I'm just saying. She told him about how and this is hilarious how this comes up, all right? So he started talking to her, and she starts telling him about how her kids were going to get in trouble with the cops.
Really?
While dancing in his face, right? And he said, quote, "It sounds like you're a bad mother." So she did not like that, as you can imagine, and she punched him in the mouth and knocked out his teeth.
Oh, wow. God. Jeez.
He kind of got what he deserved.
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, we all assume that they're bad mothers, but we don't say it out, out loud, especially when they're in your face.
Yeah.
Right? Just look at them and just enjoy the visual.
Look at them.
I mean, please.
All right, roll them up.
So dumb.
Pretty impressive, though.
Yeah.
Take out a few teeth.
There is.
It must have been a retainer, though.
guys have to Google this, and you can Google it now if you'd like. All right, just Google car full of oranges and see what comes up.
Car full of oranges?
This story, you guys Google that. It made me laugh so hard when you see the visual. It is just the cops in Spain pulled over a compact car earlier this week, and they found it was stuffed with stolen oranges. All in all, the cops found that they had 4 tons of oranges. Do you see it?
Yeah.
No way.
Oranges are literally falling out of this car.
awesome.
Like, how?
No, that's all. 4 tons.
How can you, like, how do they drive in that? Like, how can you drive in the car? It's literally stuffed to the ceiling with oranges.
That's 8,000 pounds. 4
I like
tons.
that you just did math on your phone. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Wow.
The crazy thing is, CNN is showing multiple cars.
Oh my God.
There's a white car, and then there's a blue hatchback.
To be 4 tons, it's got to be multiple cars. There's no way you can have 8,000 pounds in one car.
Okay, they are totally out of ideas for this movie series, so I'm expecting the next Fast and Furious, they are going to be stealing oranges, okay? Things Adam hates, by the way, Vin Diesel's on the list, all right? Worst actor of all time.
Hey, I got to give you a quote, though. The driver claimed that they were coming from very far away and had been stopping and collecting the oranges along the way.
As one does.
Yeah.
Well, when you're on long trips, you don't want to get scurvy.
That's right. It's very important. It's very important. Scurvy is bad.
It doesn't
It's
matter
really
if
bad.
you left with scurvy.
I've eaten orange peels my whole life, and I've never gotten scurvy.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Finally, there was a woman. I've heard of the emotional support animals. You know what I'm talking about? This woman, she was flying out of Newark, and she got in an argument because the airline wouldn't let her on, not making this up, with her emotional support peacock.
No way.
So you imagine you're waiting in line to get aboard the plane, and there's a
I saw
crazy
her.
woman with a peacock behind you.
Did you see her coming in the airport with that
Yes.
thing? That was crazy.
What?
That was crazy.
Peacock.
Yeah. You said cock twice.
I know. In the zoo that I used to live in Evansville, Indiana, and the zoo, they let peacocks just roam free around the zoo, and they freak me out. I'm like, I would literally, you would see me, a grown man, running from a peacock.
Some people are afraid of clowns. He's afraid of peacocks.
They seem aggressive.
Peacocks, and if have you ever seen the movie Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah.
Okay, the ostriches. Oh man.
Now those seem aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Ostriches.
Yeah.
But peacocks, I don't know.
I'll tell you what's aggressive. Alpacas.
Well, you know what?
What?
One wasn't.
The
The one you ate was not aggressive.
I ate an alpaca. I didn't know.
Not a whole one. He ate
So?
a burger that came out of one.
Yeah. So
Have
what?
you seen one?
Yeah.
Those are the cutest things.
Oh,
in the
please.
world.
Whatever, dude. We're humans. Eat meat. Be quiet. Stop being such a pansy.
Pardon me for being born with a soul.
I'm
Stop
gonna
being such a what?
A Tom Brady. A pussy. Okay?
This isn't really working out.
It's not working out.
I think Bertrand's egging me on, by the
He
way.
is.
Which could be bad, all right?
That's all right. That's all right.
Usually that means, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I got the green light. Here it comes.
Trust me, the whole world seems to have the green light when it comes to me.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Everybody takes their shots.
So
Still weird. Weird.
What do you guys? How you guys think the show? I can't believe it's already over.
I know, it went quick.
Man, I tell you what. Seemed like 2 hours only.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what your mom said.
It's over with. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
He won.
This could be fun. This could be real fun. I'm gonna have to because obviously, I mean, you guys can't be in here every week. If you want to, you're welcome to. But
That'd be cool.
I need to get me a motley crew of people in here because it's my philosophy for a good show, radio show, whatever, is just a group of people, and you bring in people who are calling in, and I encourage that and whatever. But you have a group of people just sitting around, laughing, having fun. Saying stuff like no,
Peacock.
your mom and peacock and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And so I think it sounds good. So and that's all. I've always had fun at what I do, and I've only done this job. I've never had another job besides this since I was 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
And my wife is like, and I'm telling you guys, she's on me. Okay, she was like, well, maybe the universe is telling you to do something else. But she means like a boring office job. And eventually I got to do what I got to do. But I can't imagine that. I can't imagine not going to work and loving what you do.
Yeah.
I can't. I always tell people that. And just, there's so many people have jobs that they hate. They're miserable. How can you live like that, man? I get to say boner, for a living, which is awesome.
Coons.
It's getting awkward.
Yeah. Did you do it? There it is.
All right. So anyway, you guys can go and you can download the show at vinyldraughtradio.com. All the links and everything's on there you can subscribe to our podcast, check out all the other shows, and follow us on social media. And so next show will be Wednesday. So Wednesdays and Fridays right now, that's what we're doing, right?
Wednesdays and Fridays.
All right. Thank you,
moment.
Doug. Thank you, Bertrand.
Thank you, Adam.
Leon, appreciate it.
Leon, Tegan, Aaron, peace out.
Hopefully I won't be fired. I always get fired.
Show's over, dickwad.
It's over. A lot of people in the audience look pissed.
This is the Adam Smasher Show on Vinyl Draught Radio, a Vinyl Draught media property. Go to vinyldraughtradio.com.